So you want to start running, but you're not sure where to start. Well, I've got great news. It's a lot simpler than you might think, and you'll learn all the basics right here in this one video. Before we get into it, I want to make one point very clear. If you've made it out the door for your first run, you are a runner. The speed, the distance, and the duration of your runs does not matter. You're already one of us. If anyone says otherwise, that's on them. So shake it off and know that literally millions of supportive people have your back, and we're all getting stronger together. One of the great things about running is that you really don't need a lot to get started safely. There are plenty of gadgets and toys that are nice to have when you're further down the line. But the quality essentials can be had relatively cheaply, especially compared to other sports. Let's talk about shoes. Please do not go out running in your old beaten up pair of cross trainers. Shoes are your main investment toward a healthy running future. Invest in a new, properly fitted pair of high quality running shoes. A fresh, cushioned midsole and a flexible, breathable, well-fitting upper go a long way to preventing injuries in your future. I can't stress enough the importance of buying your first pair of running shoes from your local specialty running store. Don't be intimidated. The vast majority of their customers are new runners just like you, and in my experience, the staff are always friendly and knowledgeable. They'll ask you some questions about your running history and likely get you up on a treadmill right there in the store so that they can evaluate your running form and recommend the right shoe for you. When it comes to clothing, moisture-wicking materials are your friend. Cotton may be king of comfort, but when you're running, it soaks up sweat, it gets heavy, it causes chafing, and trust me, you really don't want to go there. There's a lot of fancy brand name apparel out there, but I know from experience, the big box store brands are more than up to the job and they'll save you a lot of hard-earned money too. When you're getting started, I recommend you buy at least 2 of everything just to avoid constant washing in between runs. That means 2 shirts, 2 pairs of shorts or running tights, 2 pairs of compression underwear, and 2 pairs of good running socks. If you're getting started during the colder months, be sure to pick up a moisture-wicking hat and a pair of gloves, and be sure to layer your clothing in the colder months instead of wearing one heavy, sweat-trapping layer. The other accessories you'll need to get started running include a water bottle with a hand strap or a waist belt, anti-chafe roll-on like Body Glide, or a simple squeeze tube of Vaseline. And in the warmer months, make sure you have some high SPF sunscreen. If you plan to run before sunup or after sundown, make sure you wear bright reflective colors and have a light source with you. A cheap handheld LED flashlight goes a long way to letting vehicles know that you're sharing the road. And please, always run so that you're facing oncoming traffic. Most people think that running comes naturally, and there is some truth to that, but I see so many runners on the roads and on the treadmill hunched over, breathing heavy, overstriding, mashing their heels, flailing in desperation, beating themselves up, and setting themselves up for injury. Basically, teaching themselves to hate the sport of running. There are running form basics that will help you avoid injury, run longer and faster with less effort. Let's build good habits right from the beginning. Cadence refers to the number of steps you take per minute. The sweet spot for runners is 180 steps per minute. You should take short, quick steps that promote a forefoot or midfoot strike directly under your center of mass. You should avoid landing on your heels. That acts as a speed brake and sends shock waves up your leg and leads to injury. Keep your chin up, parallel to the ground, and keep your eyes focused in the distance. Run tall, with your chest and hips forward and your shoulders relaxed and down. Think of your body as a flexed bow ready to release an arrow. And keep your hands in loose, unclenched fists. Promote a still upper body. Swing your arms straight forward and back like pendulums bent at 90 degrees at the elbow. Don't let them cross the midline of your body so you're not twisting and blunting your forward momentum. Before you go for a run, you should be doing dynamic stretches. That means stretching by moving. Studies have shown that static stretches before you run can actually rob your muscles of power during the run. Ankle rotations, high knees, and lunges are part of my pre-run warm-up. Save static stretching for after your run is over, when your muscles are already warm and loose. But don't overdo it. You're just trying to make sure that your muscles don't tighten up and don't get sore later on. When you get further along in your running, you may want to consider getting your hands on a foam roller, but that's something we can talk about in another video. Consistency is the key to success in running, so plan to get at it 3 times a week as a beginner, with at least 1 day rest in between each effort. Many people prefer to run early, get it done, and enjoy the feeling of accomplishment for the rest of the day. Others prefer afternoon or evening runs so they get a chance to decompress before they head home for dinner. The body's already fully awake and ready to go. Whatever works for your schedule, you'll need to consider distance, speed, and duration. The distances new runners plan to cover can vary widely. If you're starting up after a period of years with no physical activity, a quarter or half-mile run is going to be an adequate challenge. Conversely, an avid cyclist or a soccer player may be able to jump right into 3-mile runs. Set your distance goals realistically, yet aspirationally. You don't want it to be so daunting that you come away from your first runs feeling defeated. You don't want to spend all your efforts on one long, exhausting run. Keep your chosen distance short enough so that you know you'll be able to do it again in 2 days. When it comes to speed, choose a pace that you can maintain comfortably, even if that means walking, slowly. You may start out at a pace that felt comfortable in the beginning, but became too hard to maintain as time went on. So slow down and make a mental note to start out slower next time. There's no advantage to running till you're out of breath. You want to enjoy your progress. Don't turn this into a dreadful march. And if a given pace was easy the last time out, but it's too difficult today, then take walk breaks. Lack of sleep, a bad meal, or a virus in your system can slow any of us down on a given day. And don't fret, endurance will come, and a lot faster than you think. New runners should spend at least 6 months building an aerobic base with easy runs. As a new runner, duration of your activity should be a lesser concern. Let your distance and speed determine how much time you spend running. After a handful of runs, you'll have hard-won experience, and you'll be able to better gauge your future running goals. But I would recommend a minimum of 20 minutes as a baseline. I'd like to add an important note here. As the days and weeks progress, you will see significant gains in your fitness, and you will be tempted to push too hard. But beware, that's when you can be blindsided by injury. Your cardiovascular system will adapt to your new activity far more quickly than your muscles, tendons, and ligaments. So keep your speed easy, and never increase your distance by more than 10% from week to week. Slow and steady always wins the race. Core strength in the muscles that support your spine and hips goes a long way towards promoting good running form and helps you avoid injury. And these core muscles tend to need constant attention. I start each day with a 15-minute core exercise routine. It readies the body for everything that's to come, and it gives you a great sense of accomplishment to start the day. My regimen consists of crunches, leg lifts, scissor kicks, hip lifts, and planks. Many runners just want to run, but you can realize huge benefits from cross-training with free weights. Runners don't need a heavy-duty bodybuilding regimen. The goal is a strong, resilient frame, promoting a light musculature built for endurance. I prefer high reps with low weight so I don't bulk up. 30-minute sessions, minimum twice a week, will do wonders for your running and your health in general. When it comes to nutrition and eating for success, there's one thing that's often overlooked. Pay attention to your liquid intake. Be sure to replace fluids and electrolytes that you lose during your runs as quickly as possible. We all sweat out water, salt, potassium, magnesium, and a host of other essential elements. And the sooner you get your levels back to normal, the sooner you can heal for your next workout. You don't need a preset number of glasses of water to drink per day. That varies depending on your workout, the heat, and the humidity on the day. A great trick is to weigh yourself both before and after each run. A pound of weight loss is roughly equal to 16 ounces of liquid, so replace as necessary. And your pee should always be the color of pale straw. It's a common misconception that runners burn so many calories that we can eat whatever we want, and in massive quantities. Unfortunately, this isn't the case. Evolution has done wonders in designing our bodies for efficient locomotion, covering great distances at ever-increasing speeds. But a good point of reference is to estimate that you've burnt 100 calories for about every mile you run. It's an efficient way to burn fat and increase your cardiovascular health, but keep in mind, you still have to eat reasonably in order to see any weight loss. In general terms, half of all your meals should be fruits and colorful vegetables. Dark, leafy greens like kale, spinach, collards, and lettuce deliver tons of nutrients that your body will demand now that you're a runner. Choose lean meats and healthy oils. The fewer processed foods and sugars that you have in your diet, the faster you'll see weight loss and the faster you'll see progress as a runner. But don't let a bad run or a weekend of pizza and beer discourage you. We all indulge now and then. Just get right back at it. Consistency is key. I'm living proof of that, and so will you be. I'll post links to my videos that detail each of these subjects in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel and ding the bell so you get notifications every time I post. Go get it, and see you soon.